They've been at it for decades, grabbing big bodies, looking for anchors, chasing the next wall of muscle to protect the quarterback and open up space. And here we are again, staring at a list of names that's as long as it is inconsistent. 118 picks. 118 tries to find the right guys for the offensive line. And somehow, with all that effort, the Dolphins still can't say, with a straight face, that they've cracked the code. 12 of those were first-round picks. That's not nothing. That's commitment. That's believing you're one piece away from fixing the trenches. Yet go through the list. Doug Cruzen, Darryl Carlton, John Giesler, Roy Foster, Richmond Webb, Billy Milner, Vernon Carey, Jake Long, Mike Pouncey, Jawan James, Laramie Tunsil, Austin Jackson. That's 6 decades of searching. And what's the hit rate? Maybe 5 that truly delivered. 5 out of 12. Not even half. Some might call that bad luck. Others might call that a failure in scouting. Or worse, just not understanding what makes a lineman succeed in Miami. It's not just the first round that tells the story. The late-round picks have had their moments, too. Ed Newman in the 6th round in 1973. That's a gem. Dwight Stevenson, 2nd round, 1980. That's a gold mine. Mark Dennard in the 10th round, 1978. How often do you get started that late? And yet, every time the Dolphins seem to find one, it feels like it happened by accident, not design. Look at the recent history. Patrick Paul, 2nd round in 2024. Ryan Hayes, 7th round, 2023. Lonald Coleman, another 7th, 2021. Liam Eichenberg, 2nd round, 2021. Solomon Kindley, 4th round, 2020. That's a lot of darts thrown, hoping one sticks. So far, not much to celebrate. Eichenberg's name still floats around, but does anyone really believe he's the long-term solution? Or even a short-term one? What's more painful is the number of players who left Miami and suddenly figured it out. Chris Gray, drafted in the 5th round in 1993. In Miami. Then a 10-year starter in Seattle. Billy Turner, 3rd round, 2014. Couldn't find his place here. Ends up solid in Green Bay. And then there's Leon Gray, 2nd round pick in 1973. Doesn't even make the team. Becomes a 3-time All-Pro in New England. That one stings more than it should. That one says more about the Dolphins than it does about Gray. And still, you dig into the big debate. Jake Long, 1st overall pick in 2008. Looked like the safe pick. A beast at left tackle. Dominant until the injuries came. 5 seasons. That's all Miami got. Was he a bust? Depends who you ask. Was he better than Matt Ryan? That's where it gets messy. Because Ryan had weapons. A lot of them. And the Dolphins didn't. So maybe it's not fair to compare. But you do it anyway, because that's how the league works. Quarterbacks are rare. Linemen are replaceable. At least that's the logic. Whether it's true doesn't really matter. Perception becomes reality. And the perception is that Miami missed. Again. Tunsil. Now that was a win. Maybe not for what he did on the field, though he was solid, but for what he brought back in the trade. That's a franchise-altering move. Not because of him, but because of who he brought in return. That trade was chaos turned into capital. And the Dolphins haven't had many wins like that. Then there's Robert Hunt. 2nd round, 2020. The best of the bunch in recent years. Tough. Smart. Reliable. And then he's gone. Carolina gets his prime. And we're left remembering the touchdown that wasn't. That one play everyone brings up like it's a highlight reel. That's all we got. A viral moment and a goodbye. And what about the fact that they didn't draft a single lineman in 2018? First time in franchise history. A complete draft without a single offensive lineman. Then it happened again in 2022. Only 4 picks that year. But still, 2 years without adding anyone up front? That's not strategy. That's gambling. That's saying, we're fine, when clearly they weren't. The hits feel distant. Stevenson, Webb, Pouncey. You look at the list and see names that mattered for a while. But how long ago was that? How many of those guys became pillars, long-term starters you could build around? Not many. Most were placeholders. Some were disappointments. Others, just gone too soon. There's something off here. A pattern that keeps repeating. Either they can't evaluate talent, or they can't develop it. Either way, the result is the same: instability, constant reshuffling, new combinations, no chemistry, no identity. Just five guys trying to hold it together every Sunday. And the fans? We're left watching pressure collapse the pocket before the play even develops. Watching a quarterback dance when he should be throwing. Watching 3rd and 1 turn into 4th and 3. Watching screens blow up before the ball is caught. Watching the trenches get bullied. Over and over,